The Patriots still need to get a top wide receiver this offseason, and there are some rumors that are leading to maybe the A.J. Brown trade to New England is still alive, which obviously with T. Higgins possibly being franchise tagged, A.J. Brown would be the number one trade target, in my opinion, for the Patriots to try and acquire this offseason. So why is it still alive? Well, we're going to break that down here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. But just in case you guys needed a little bit more information on how desperate the Patriots are for a top pass catcher with Drake Maye, let me refresh your memory. Number one, the 2024 Patriots receiving yards in total, 3,343. That ranked dead last in the NFL. Okay, we're terrible. Not to mention Pop Douglas, which he did the best he could, but he was our leading receiver. The leading pass catcher was Hunter Henry, and DeMario Douglas only did it with 621 yards. That's not going to bring us back to a dynasty, unfortunately. So, if you guys want the Patriots to trade for A.J. Brown, go on ahead and like this video for me. Now that you see how desperately bad we were in 2024 in terms of the passing game, you know how bad we need A.J. Brown. Go on ahead and like this video for me. The number one connection that everybody is using in terms of making these trade rumors is A.J. Brown and Mike Vrabel. Obviously, the wide receiver coach dynamic back for the Tennessee Titans, and knowing that they're still good friends. Was there a bit of a falling out when Mike Vrabel made a promise to A.J. Brown saying, "You're not going to be traded from the Tennessee Titans"? Yes, rightfully so. But now, could there possibly be another connection between Brown and the Patriots? Or former Patriot, I should say. Julian Edelman may have definitely worked his way in networking through Super Bowl weekend to try and have that connection with another great wide receiver in A.J. Brown. Here's the latest report that came out over Super Bowl weekend. Before the big game, Julian Edelman revealed that he left a note in A.J. Brown's locker just to give him some words of encouragement and some feedback, tips, anything like that ahead of the big game being the Super Bowl. He just wanted to provide some words of encouragement. You could have done it to Devonta Smith. You could have done it to Jahan Dotson. Why A.J. Brown from Julian Edelman? Well, regardless, it meant a lot to the Eagles pass catcher. Brown did say after the Super Bowl, it meant the world to me. This guy is very special to me. I watched him year after year. Him and Tom. Those guys are very special to me. And we know A.J. Brown has been a Patriot fan his entire life. But if he is now going back to the glory days of Julian Edelman and Tom Brady, could A.J. Brown possibly want to recreate that dynasty with Drake Maye, knowing that he is going to be the next successor in the quarterback position since Tom Brady, because we know Mac Jones wasn't? A.J. Brown would do one thing on this team, and he would embrace the Patriot way. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. For a guy that cried when he did not get drafted by the Patriots because this team has meant so much to him, and because Julian Edelman, Tom Brady, those are very special guys to him, maybe he wants to replicate something like that with Drake Maye. And there was something that I noticed during the Super Bowl parade, and this could have just been his choice of words here, but a lot of guys, when they're typically just won a championship, they're feeling great, adrenaline's pumping, they always kind of hint at, can't wait to run it back. Let's do it again. Philly, we're coming back next year. A.J. Brown didn't say anything like that. All A.J. Brown did was to thank the fans of Philadelphia. And that's probably a smart move because the fans are kind of crazy. That's all A.J. Brown said. But then he followed it up with saying, all of those haters that said I have too big of an ego, said I can't do this, said I can't do that, I don't care because I'm a champion. So there was nothing from A.J. Brown that's like, let's run it back, I'm ready to be an Eagle. He didn't have to, but he also didn't not have to. Especially with the last 4 games throughout the playoffs, playing for the Philadelphia Eagles, the first 2 games, A.J. Brown really wasn't on Jalen Hurts' radar. And, it's safe to say because Saquon Barkley handled most of this load, and because you do have Devonta Smith. But in those first 2 games, 1 reception, 2 receptions, 10 yards. I mean, that's not really a playoff type of stat line. Did it really ramp up in the NFC Championship? Yeah. But you know what else ramped up? The frickin' score. They dropped the 50 burger on the commies. So everybody was getting the ball. It was like a frickin' episode of Oprah. And then the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, kind of the same thing. It was a blowout. So you could throw it wherever you wanted. And we had 3 receptions, 43 yards, and a tutty from A.J. Brown in the big stage. But it didn't seem like A.J. Brown was the end-all, be-all for the Philadelphia Eagles. Could it possibly be time for A.J. Brown, who has been the top target for Jalen Hurts for a little while, but this last year didn't seem to be the top target in Philadelphia? I will say this, although he distributes the ball pretty fairly to his pass catchers and Saquon Barkley breaking records here, I would be very surprised for the Philadelphia Eagles to make a blockbuster trade with their top wide receiver after they just won the Super Bowl. I don't know if the timing is right. I'm not going to say that 2026 wouldn't be better, because maybe it would, but this would be a shocking move by the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, we would benefit from it, but how much does the Eagles benefit from this? Well, we'll break that down in the second half of this video. If you guys want the Patriots to make a blockbuster trade, unlike maybe the Eagles, go on ahead and like this video for me. We obviously need a lot more work from the Super Bowl champion, so I hope Mike Vrabel has an open checkbook and he's ready to get to work. So what would it take to actually bring A.J. Brown to New England? And would this be as monumental as everybody is saying that it would? Well, before I hop into that, let me tell you guys real quick about this. We do currently have a phenomenal deal over with our friends on Fanatics. If you guys use this link, chatsports.com/PatsPolo, this will get you guys 45% off and free shipping on this gorgeous polo. Look, golf weather is right around the corner. Tailgates are going to be here even before you know it outside of Gillette Stadium, and I want you guys to rock this polo. Whenever I go on a date with my boyfriend, he asks me if he has to dress nice. That means polos for men, which, no shame, I understand. But you can definitely, I would allow my boyfriend to wear this out to date night. And I'm sure your girlfriends would as well. So go on ahead, snag this polo. I love deals. I don't buy anything full price. $23.99 plus free shipping, 45% off over at Fanatics. But I'll help you out. Use this link, chatsports.com/PatsPolo. That's going to get you guys this awesome deal. And if you guys have horrible memory like I do, I will comment it under this video in the comment section down below. That link, super easy to click, take you right to the page. You can get this for yourself, for your father, Father's Day coming up around the corner, maybe even a good buddy. Because why not? Go on ahead, chatsports.com/PatsPolo. A.J. Brown is one of the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. So the Patriots would have to take on his salary for the next couple of years because of his contract extension that he did sign a few years ago. So knowing that you are going to have to gamble a little bit with his salary, but thankfully we have $130 million in cap space, the Eagles are going to want to wonder what they can get back for their top pass catcher. And here is a trade idea that I stumbled upon on the internet, and I don't actually hate it. A.J. Brown comes to the Patriots. You still have your 4th pick overall in the 2025 NFL Draft, but you give up your 2nd. And then next year, you give up your 2nd round pick again. You still have your 1st round pick. You can still add on to your team on offense or on defense with that 1st round pick, and you give up Kendrick Bourne. I don't think Bourne's been the same since his injury. You know, it's not his fault, obviously, but knowing they still have Devonta Smith, Jahan Dotson, they've got Dallas Goedert, they have a couple of other options. Patriots really don't, so we can afford to lose Kendrick Bourne. You still keep Pop Douglas, Hunter Henry, Jalen Polk if he ever decides to learn how to play football again, and you add A.J. Brown and a Josh McDaniels, Mike Vrabel type of offense. It got a lot better. So what do you guys say? Would you make this trade? Give up Bourne, give up 2 second-round picks to receive A.J. Brown. I obviously would make this trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, we'll have to see. Type A for accept, type D for decline. Look, Kendrick Bourne is still a fine wide receiver, but I think his time with the Patriots is done if that means you can get an obvious top wide receiver in the NFL. Top 5 at least. Bourne doesn't even compare. And I know draft picks are a dime a dozen in the NFL. But all the superstars are already in the league. I'd rather have a win now type of talent, so I'm obviously going to make that trade. And you can't tell me, out of all the moves they can make in the offseason, Sam Darnold gets traded, yada, 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 somebody picks him up, this would be the move of the offseason. If A.J. Brown left the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles to go to New England to reunite with Mike Vrabel and to hopefully recreate a Tom Brady, Julian Edelman type of dynasty, that would be a move we are still talking about in December of 2025. God, I hope this works out. And if it does, we'll talk about it right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Thank you guys so much for watching the entirety of this video. If you guys haven't already, go on ahead, hit that sub button for me. You guys made it to the very end, which means you like something. So go on ahead, subscribe to Patriots Today by Chat Sports.